What's up guys, Sterling Cooper here, and today I'm going to give you one psychological technique you can apply to prime a woman's mind for sex. So the concept I'm going to introduce you to today, guys, is this concept called coquetting. Okay, so what is coquetting? To give you a really basic example of coquetting, you should think of anything that a stripper does. A stripper comes up to you, she seduces you with her body. She's very touchy-feely with you, right? And she's teasing you and tempting you in all sorts of ways, but she's not allowing you to actually touch her at all. So this is a prime example of this idea of coquetting. Another way of describing coquetting is it's basically sexual push-pull. Guys might be familiar with this concept of push-pull. It's like a backhanded compliment, right? Or what guys used to call being cocky funny. Right? The idea is that you're giving her simultaneous positive and somewhat slightly negative feedback at the same time. And what does this do? Why does this work? Well, it works because it creates this instant variety of emotion, and it creates uncertainty. And uncertainty is something that is very attractive to women. Them not being able to figure you out, them not being able to figure out if you're actually into them, if you're not actually into them. So how do we incorporate this into the bedroom? The way we incorporate this in the bedroom, or even into foreplay and leading into sex, prior to getting into sex, is with this idea of coquetting. A good example of this might be you bring a girl home from a date and you push her up against the wall to make out with her, and then you break off the make out, and then you walk away and grab yourself a drink. So you see what we're doing there? Let's break that down. So you're spiking her emotions, okay? You're being very physically dominant, right? You're leading, you're taking control. Being very physically forceful if you're pushing her up against a door, up against the wall, right? Making out with her. She's thinking, oh yeah, this guy's taking things to the next level. Where could this go? Where could this go? And then you break it off and walk away. You're taking away that excitement, that adrenaline, that rush. All that emotion has just dissipated, and it's created a vacuum. And that vacuum is what then causes her, or instinctually encourages her, to then chase, to then want to re-engage, want to reinitiate the physical intimacy and the sex and the contact with you. And you can do this again and again. You can do this multiple times. You can do this in multiple ways. You can even do this during the act of sex itself. And a perfect example of that would be making her beg for you to put your dick in her. Something as simple as that. Trust me, when I've told this to lots of men who've had hundreds of women in their bedroom, quite significant lay counts. And even when I tell them that idea, they're quite shocked by it. The idea of pulling your dick out in the middle of sex and then making her beg for you to put it back in again. And they're like, well, I just want to bust my nut. I just want to get on with the job. Okay, well, that's all well and good. But throwing in these elements of coquetting into your sex life, it's going to spice things up. It's going to keep things exciting. It's going to keep things interesting, especially for her. It puts you, again, in this position where you're the dominant one. You're the one in control. If you're the one who's effectively, you're the one with the power in this situation then. Because if you're willing to sort of take it away from her, if you're willing to exert some degree of self-control in the bedroom, or even in foreplay leading up to sex, and taking that away, stopping it, specifically being the one to stop it, it very much flips the script on her, and then it's going to prime her to keep chasing and trying to initiate things again with you. There you have it, guys. That's one key psychological principle that you can apply today, tonight, with your partner in the bedroom on a date to prime her mind for sex. And as always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Leave a comment below if you have an idea for a video you'd like to see me do, any topics, any opinions you'd like me to discuss. Happy to do them. As always, I'll see you in the next one.